What's up, guys? Your boy TGK here on TGK TV, and today is episode 1 of my performance update on the Air Jordan 34s. So, without further ado, let's get straight to it. Now, if you saw the video on the Kyries, I played in these shoes exactly the same amount of time. I played in them 3 to 4 times in actual game situations, where pickup games, obviously, and 2 other times where I'm just shooting around in them, getting a feel for them. Now, initially, 3, 2, Now, what I'm going to talk about is basically the same topics that I talked about with the Kyries, is how they felt with the fit, the traction, and then also how comfortable they are. So let's get straight into it. Now, when we're talking about the fit, I put these shoes on, and immediately it felt like I was walking on some sort of plywood brick type of situation. It was a very, very stiff, very, very uncomfortable situation when I put the shoe on. And then even the laces were a little weird. I don't want to pull on them too much, feeling like I might rip it apart. But you already knew, well, not you, but I already knew. And if you wore these shoes, you probably already know. But whenever I put them on, I knew it immediately, like, these are going to take some breaking in time for sure. Yes, they have this nice unlock zoom bag under the forefoot of the shoe, but these are stiff as hell and they're uncomfortable, and so you're just gonna have to figure it out. I mean, when I'm walking on the hardwood, you can hear my footsteps. It sounds like I'm wearing some dress shoes just by how stiff they are. So it's gonna take some breaking time, definitely. And after about my second or fourth session in them with playing basketball, they definitely came around and they improved in that department. But just so you know, when you first try these on, you're trying to go straight into them, straight out the box. Yeah, you're gonna need a couple of times before these shoes really break in and become one-on-one for you. Now, the fit was perfect as far as, you know, the length of the shoe. Everything fit right. No heel slippage, none of that. Everything was fine. It's just the shoe is extremely stiff. Now, let's talk about the traction on these kicks. The traction on these kicks are great. I love the traction. To me, like, with the traction with these kicks, if you're going in a straight line, you couldn't ask for any better traction. A straight line, north and south type of traction, this is great. You're gonna be able to have the traction you need, and the consistency of, like, the fact that it grips the court and is able to push you forward, and you can push it to as hard as you want, and it's gonna respond to you in that scenario. Now, I did run into an issue with these kicks whenever there was some sweat on the hardwood. Now, I know typically everyone will play basketball and there'll be sweat present on the ground. However, there wasn't that much sweat in the ground that I typically would play on the hardwood, and this shoe was sweat sensitive. I would say it like that. A little drop of sweat, right, made me literally fall down on the floor. And I went back to the sweat area. I was walking around there trying to see, is this, you know, when someone falls, is this like an area of sweat where someone fell and it never dried up, or was it droplets? And it was just 2 or 3 droplets, and those 2 or 3 droplets made me slip all the way to the ground. And that may have been just a one-time scenario and hasn't happened to me in the Kyries, and it rarely ever happens to me. But I was definitely caught off guard whenever this shoe reacted the way it reacted to just a little bit of sweat. So I'm going to monitor that moving forward. But the traction when it comes to north-south, even, you know, your hesitation moves and stuff like that, is going to hold you down. But that north-south type of traction, perfect for this kick. Now, let's talk about the overall comfortability. Yes, I said these shoes are stiff, but when it comes to actually hooping in them, after, you know, second, third, fourth, fifth session, they've got better and better and better. However, there's one thing with this kick, and it's on the right foot, and it is on the inside area right here. I don't know what it is. I don't know whether it's this material right here on the arch area. It's right in the middle, and it's on the inside of my foot, and I'm trying to look inside of this material to see if it's something that's causing me pain, but I'll give you a different angle, but it's just in this section of the shoe. I'm playing basketball, and I can literally feel everything that is right here in this pocket of the kick. And it doesn't happen to me on the left shoe. It only happened to me on the right shoe. And I was wondering if am I stepping wrong? Am I stepping weird? I don't know why there's I don't know if it's either too high on the right foot and low on the left foot, but I just couldn't tell. But I was just getting immense pain and the inside of my foot on the right foot. And I don't know what it is. It's happened about 2-3 times hooping in these kicks. It's not every single time, because maybe I was able to get it out of my head and just continue playing, but something was going on there. And now that I think of it, I just sprained my right ankle, and I was playing in these kicks when I sprained my right ankle. But it wasn't due to the shoe. Someone ran straight into my foot, and so that was a whole different situation. So it was not shoe related as to why I sprained my ankle, just playing hard basketball out there. But again, these are things I'm going to continue to monitor. However, they are fun to play basketball, and the cushion setup is extremely responsive. You can feel it in the forefoot. It is fun. It's a fun kick to play in. Just those other items I still want to monitor, and hopefully the shoe really starts to really break in for me, and they can start feeling like Kyrie's, where it's a one-on-one fit, and these shoes are skyrocketing, and I know they probably will skyrocket in the way I perceive them. So that's been my episode 1 of the performance update on the Air Jordan 34s. Again, if you have any questions or any other comments or anything you want to hear about these kicks based on my experience, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely address that in the next episode. Anyway, guys, it's been your boy TGK. I'm going to catch y'all on the next one.